Now we get to the fun problems. Not only do we have pizza, we also have cake. A circular cake has slices cut from the center that measure 20 degrees each. The diameter of the cake is 9 inches. Nobody cares about diameter. And you can use diameter. I go for radius instead. So 4.5 inches. Just good to know. And its height is 7 inches. How many cubic inches of cake are in each slice? What are we doing? Okay, we're taking what we just learned and extending it a little bit further. So I would love to say that the area equals angle over 360 degrees multiplied by pi times the radius squared. I'd love to do that, but I'm going to go a little bit further because we're dealing with not just area, but volume. This is cubic inches of cake. And so this is a portion of a cylinder. This is part of an entire cake that was cylindrical, circular, and you can tell from the picture that it was a slice of a cylinder. So let's put an H right there. And now we're dealing with volume. It's okay, we just added a dimension multiplied by another dimension here, which increases our dimensions to cubic. Okay, so the volume is 20 over 360. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my degrees. Not my college degrees. The radius is 4.5 inches, and the height is 7. So again, this is the volume of a cylinder. We've done this in a sense. There's volume of a cylinder, but this is how much of the cylinder I'm going to eat. And that's what it looks like. And it's chocolate cake. It's good. Actually, I'm not that big on sweets. Used to be. Not anymore. Times, all right. When you're talking about cake, no one mentions the word pie. Okay, let me rephrase that. When you're talking about cake, no one uses the Greek letter pi and says, oh, how much cake do you have? Well, you have 4 pi cubic inches. Just multiply the thing out. So put it in terms of pi if you want. I'm not. And we will get 24.74 is a good place to round cubic inches of cake. All right, now we have cake that is frosted on the top and the sides. How many square inches of frosting on each slice of cake? What? Okay, square inches, that's gonna be area. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in with our area formula, and our area is gonna be angle over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. And we also have, and this is where things get really tricky, and we're kind of expanding what you've already learned. We're also going to have the outer edge here, and it's behind what you can see, but all this around here, let's draw it in red, just, to make it look extra yummy. You're going to have this, and this back side back here is also going to have icing on it. Well, I need a formula for that. Okay, let's not worry about the formula for that so much as we think about the fact that this would be, check this out, this is cool. This would be arc length. Let's just deal with arc length. So we're gonna have angle over 360 times 2 pi r. Wait a minute. We're not just gonna have a little thin slice right here and we say, how long is this? We're gonna have all this icing on this back side of the cake that you can't see on this back side. And it's gonna have a height. And that's what we're dealing with. So let's do it. If you wanted to, and we can go crazy on this thing. We can factor out, there's a greatest common factor, and that greatest common factor is angle over 360 and pi and an r. You can factor all those out. I'm not going to, but man, it sure would be fun. So 20 over 360 times pi times the radius squared plus 20 over 360 times 2 times pi times the radius times the height, which is 7. Same information as the last problem, and we'll type that in. Okay, so 20 over 360 times pi times 4.5 squared plus, and this is not the only way to type it. You can factor out that GCF if you like. Oops, forgot my pi. Hate when I do that. Okay, when I press enter, after I finish checking to make sure I've typed it correctly. When I press enter, I'll know how many square inches of frosting there are on this slice of cake, and it is 14. That sounds unhealthy. 14.530, I guess, square inches of frosting.